That again. What's up?
And
What's
then
up?
I will
What's
tap
up?
2 and play Blood Artist. Which Blood Artist, whenever another creature dies or Blood Artist, Kurt, you'll lose 1 life and I will gain 1 life. So when you sack creatures, we'll be taking damage.
All right, yeah, homies, we're gonna let them finish up their game, and then we'll jump in. Don't worry.
And then it is yours, Kurt.
I just barely finished step 1, so I gotta draw 1 as an effect for that card, and then I can draw 1 for the start of my turn.
All right.
Okay, you did play a creature.
While they're doing their thing, tonight's drink of choice: Rockstar Punched Pineapple. I haven't tried it yet. Let's try it. It's just something new I'm doing. It's all right.
Rugged Detective. When he enters play, surveil 2. So I can look at the top 2 cards in my library and put any number of them into my graveyard, and the rest on my library in any order.
You know, can I do this real quick? We're all in the same order as last time. That's cool. Because I want to be able to see
Take
chat.
off the token. That one.
So if I go...
I'll put that one.
Get rid of you. I don't need you. Hold on. Yeah, we're just going to do it like this.
Freedom 2, 4. Drawing from Dreams. I'll sack this one.
Take 1 damage and I gain 1 life.
Yes, a little bit of streamception right now.
Okay, so let's see. Get the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I get to look at the top 7 cards of my library, and I can put 2 of them in my hand, and then the rest at the bottom.
Okay. Sweet. All right. Cool beans burrito.
Yeah, Tom, I was telling Kurt about this game we just picked up, Mystic Vale. You
What?
actually get to create your own cards
Nuh-uh.
and play them.
That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
It's freaking awesome. It's a lot of fun. I got the hang of it super quick on our first game that we played.
Nice.
And everybody got pissed at me because I figured out, some of a combo on it and fucking wrecked everybody.
Ah, nice.
The second place person had 15 points and I hit around like 60 something.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Hey, Kurt, you don't happen to have Cards Against Humanity, do you?
Nope.
Oh. Cause look, this would be a fun one to do like this on stream, wouldn't it?
Could be.
Or Mike, I also got this.
Oh, you picked up the core set of Munchkin?
Yeah.
Munchkin's a fun one.
And then
It's a definitely everybody over type game.
yeah, and then because my kids can't play Cards Against Humanity, we got them this. Have you ever seen this one?
No. Have you seen the what is it? Cyanide and Happiness did their own one.
What's it about?
It's the same basic rules as like Cards Against Humanity, but with their comic strip theme.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Are you done, Kurt?
No, sorry, I'm trying to. These are only cards, so I'm trying to figure them out.
Did you get a new deck, Kurt?
Yeah, I got 5 of them.
5 new ones?
Oh, you bought the full set of the new ones?
Hey,
So did I.
so this is my
It'll be
commander,
tomorrow.
if you guys don't know who it is.
Vigilance, Flying. Foretell costs are 0. You exile one or more cards from your hand. Create a spirit token with flying. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that deck is a spirit building deck, huh?
I guess. This will be the first time I've used it, so.
Are those printed or are they?
They're real. This is the deck.
Yeah,
This is the deck Mike bought me. See, I even got the deck box. Phantom Premonition.
Sweet.
I just had it. Where did I put it? You know, all the little counters that come with it. And I got the life counter here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Oh, well, it was here. Oh, it's right here. And then I got the life counter.
Alright, so one commander, or no, you got blockers.
Yep. Are you done then?
Yeah, and I got 2 cards, so this card.
Hey, Mike, do you know much about Twitch?
Very little.
Oh, okay. Say, because last stream I got raided by a good friend of mine.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, she only had 3 viewers come with her, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? I was thankful for it.
Draw a card. The heck is this thing? Dude, that is a really weird card. Alright. So. Alright, to start off this shenanigans, I'm gonna tap. I'll tap these 2. And I will play Rakdos Charm. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller, so I take 2 damage. How much damage do you take, Kurt?
1.
1? Sweet.
I take 0. Ha.
Alright, and then I am tapping 1, 2, 3, 5, and playing Blood Lord of Vagoth. He gives all vampires Bloodthirst 3, which what Bloodthirst does is they get a 1/1 counter equal to their Bloodthirst level if the opponent was dealt damage on the turn they were summoned.
Damn. It's a pretty good card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about this deck at all. I looked it up and I was like, alright, I can kind of see something with it, but I don't remember what it was. I just need to play it.
Oh yeah. Stefan is going to attack you for 3 flying, and then I will sacrifice 2 blood tokens, and I will put the Butcher of Malachar into play. Tapped, attacking, and indestructible. And since he has Bloodthirst 3, he also has 3 counters on him. Since you were damaged this turn.
You sure it's not the Butcher of Montelli and Surratt?
Six more damage?
So, Stefan does 3 commander to you.
Yeah, I already got that.
And then the Butcher is now an 8/7.
Damn.
So he did 8 damage to you.
What do the blood counters do again? Or blood tokens?
The blood, those are pay 1, tap, discard a card, sacrifice it, and draw a card.
Nice.
And they have other mechanical effects with, vampires.
Gotcha.
Like
Gotcha.
Stefan can use them to summon vampires into play.
Oh shit.
Which is what he just did with the Butcher.
Nice. Very nice.
Alright, and then it is yours, Kurt. That one, I just couldn't do anything with it.
So Mike, what all do you got out right now?
Currently, I have the Blood Artist, which is a 0/1 that whenever it dies or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Mm-hmm. I like
And then I
that card.
got the Blood Lord.
And that's the one with
all
the
my
die,
stuff
right?
Bloodthirst.
Right? That's the one with the die?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got my commander, Stefan. He's
Nice.
the one that, oh yeah, and I gain a blood token because I hurt Kurt.
Good job.
He generates blood tokens if you damage your opponent on your turn, and then you can summon vampires with it by sacrificing blood tokens.
Nice.
Then the Butcher, whenever any of your creatures die, each opponent must sacrifice a creature.
Okay. And then what's the red card?
That's Arterial Alchemy, my enchantment.
Nice.
When you play it, you get a blood token for each opponent that you have in play, and then all your blood gains the ability to be equipment, and in addition to its normal shit,
Wow.
which gives you +2/+0.
Oh, if you equip them?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Alright, so first I'll do Talron's Invocation. Which lets me create two Drake tokens.
Drake,
Don't
no.
have the tokens for those?
No.
Now that's a creature I haven't heard of in a long time.
It would have
It
came with
did.
those tokens.
It did, but I threw them away.
Oops.
Why
I
did
kept
you throw
some
them
of
away?
them. I kept some of the tokens that I thought were cooler, but I didn't keep all of them. But they're all double-sided, so I thought I had one of them, but it didn't. It doesn't look like it. Because I kept some of the tokens that I got. But either way, so I got 2 tokens, and then I'll go ahead and play the devil, and I'll sacrifice one of the tokens so that I can cast it twice, and I'll
Right,
destroy
you
your
take 1 damage, and I
and
gain 1 health.
I'll destroy your 2 strongest creatures.
What tokens did you use, Kurt?
And
The
you're
ones I just
destroying?
created. Yeah.
Alright,
destroying.
when you destroy them, you have to sacrifice 2 creatures. And those are my 2 biggest ones, the 6/6 and a 8/7.
Damn.
And then when your 2 creatures, and then when my 2 die and your 2 creatures die, you take 4 more damage, and I gain 4 more health.
Ouch. Oh, because of Blood Artist?
Yep.
Well, it's when a creature dies, right? So that would only been 3 creatures that died.
No, you're one that you sacrifice. Sacrificing is death. And then you killed 2 of mine, and my guy's ability, every time any creature, including himself, dies, each opponent has to sacrifice a creature. So that proc twice, which killed 2 of your creatures. So that was 5 damage you just took. That dropped you down to 2 health.
Damn. Come on, Kurt. I thought you were going to win this one.
Nope, that's it.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, untap. Draw a card. The frick weird ass card did I just draw? I've never seen that card. I've only played this deck twice, so you know. It was definitely one of those like, what the did I just draw?
Right.
Alright. I'll end this with this other weird card that I drew before, just a moment ago. I'll tap. 5, 6, 7. And I will cast the Shadow Grange Archfiend. When Archfiend enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among the creatures they control, and I gain life equal to the power among the creatures sacrificed this way.
Nice.
So that would make Kurt sacrifice one of his creatures.
I don't have any. So you just sacrificed one of your creatures for nothing. So which one did you sacrifice?
No, mine is each opponent must sacrifice. You had your one dude, I thought, left.
No.
Oh, did your commander die too? Oh. I thought he was still in play.
No, I had to sacrifice 2 creatures.
Oh.
I only had him and the token left.
Oh, sadness. Well, I was gonna kill you with that trigger effect because I thought you still had him in play. Oh well. Then my commander attacks you for 3. Sad day. And that's game.
I get how this deck is supposed to work. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of shenanigans. Your deck.
Yeah.
A lot of shenanigans. I think after you played a couple more times, it'll definitely be one of those ones you learn how to shenanigan it pretty solidly.
Yeah, because I bet there's cards in here that can that work with the pick that goes out of play, and there's probably some cards in here that help remove the suspend counters or something.
Yeah.
'Cause then you could just keep using her to like double all of your sorceries and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, probably.
So,
Alright. So now I am going to be playing the deck with Millicent.
Maleficent?
Millicent, the Restless Revenant.
Nice.
Bam.
If it'll cooperate.
Working.
This spell costs 1 less to cast for each spirit you control, flying whenever Millicent, Restless, Revenant, or another non-token spirit you control dies. Deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Nice. Alright, I'll fuck with this.
Alright, let's switch this to 3-player for my counter. Alright. Kurt, you're gonna be still play as player 2.
And I'm player 3?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Gotta load up your profile on here. Oh yeah, just to make you laugh, on Corey's profile on here I made for him, I made him a female elf for his picture.
Nice. What'd you make mine?
Yours is just a generic green background because I never looked up a card for you.
Oh.
And I made Matt's freaking yellow.
I'll give you one. Do Elish Norn. Grand Cenobite. I'll take that one.
See if I can find it on the thing. Backgrounds. What'd you say, Elish? How do you spell
ELESH space NORN.
H. Okay.
Because you see
The new Preexia.
that
set.
one? That's her too. If it'll work. There you go.
Can you put a background for pretty much any card in the game?
Yeah.
You can put mine as Concordant Crossroads.
The
I always liked the picture on Concordant Crossroads. It was well done.
wasn't it like a waterfall or
How do
some
you spell
shit?
that? C-O.
CON
C-O-N
yeah, CONCORD.
A-N-T
Yeah.
and then Crossroads. Yeah, I think it's like a fountain or something.
Let's see. From the Legends set, I have the original art, or they
Yeah.
have the reprint set of it, which has like skeletal horses on it. Did you want the
No.
waterfall with the bird of paradise flying in it?
Yeah, that one.
That one? Alright.
Yeah, I always liked the Legends set one. I like the picture. I will take that one.
Yeah, I have the Sliver Overlord for mine, so.
Nice.
Alright, I've only played this deck one other time, so. Yeah.
Hey, I've never played this one. Yay.
I'll look and see if I get land.
I was really hoping my decks would have been in today, but
Did you get the new ones from Streets of Capenna too?
yeah.
Or Streets of New Capenna, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Peanut.
Got a booster box and the new decks coming. Pre-ordered them from Cool Stuff.
Nice. Enter shameless plug here.
Exactly.
Yeah, sponsor Tom here. Yeah.
I don't think it'd be good to sponsor me. Most of my cards are fake, remember? Not that I care, I just play to have fun. So who's going first, Mike? Wheel of Morality, turn.
It is spinning, it's spinning, and it landed on Kurt.
Kurt goes
We like
first.
you, Kurt.
Okay.
Every time we throw Tom in, you always seem to go.
I go last, woohoo!
Usually. Alright, then, so I'll
You're
go
second,
ahead
Tom.
Oh, am I second this time?
Yeah, you're third player, so.
Oh, okay. So on my screen, we're actually going top to bottom, left to right. Would you play, Kurt?
Yeah, I'm done. I just got a prairie string.
Nice.
That's it.
I'll play
You know the
Tranquil
land I
Cove.
have in my hand? I really hate.
And since it entered the battlefield, I gain 1 life. And we do start with 40, right? I just want to
Yep.
make sure. Okay.
Anything else, Tom?
No, my lane came into play tapped.
Alright, I will draw. Let's see. I will put out Moor Highland. Or Moorland Hunt. Ugh. I can't.
One of those words, huh?
Yeah, something like that. I will tap it and play Soul Ring.
Nice. Hey, I can create one of those. Somehow. I got a token for it. See? Replicated ring?
Oh, that deck has the replicated ring thing. That's kind of cool. And unfortunately, I think that is all I can do at this time.
So I take it it's Kurt's turn.
Uh-oh, mine already? Okay. And draw.
Yeah, my big play of a Soul Ring, you know, and I can't do anything with it.
Oh my god. Alright, so I'll tap my Prairie Stream. Or, well, first I'll put Darkwater Catacombs in play. Tap that for 1, use it to tap that for 2 mana, and then I'll play Strionic Resonator.
What does that do?
It's an artifact I can pay to and tap it to copy target triggered ability you control. I may choose new targets for the copy.
Nice. My turn?
Yep.
Draw my 1. Play Gates of Istfell. Comes into play tapped. Go ahead, Kurt. Or, sorry, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. I apologize for that one.
I will untap, draw.
I'm not used to going clockwise. On my screen, we're going clockwise.
Alright, so I will play Orzeus Chancery, which when it comes into play, it enters tapped, and I have to return a land to my hand.
That sucks.
Yeah, that one's tough.
And I will tap Soul Ring and play a Marble Diamond, which also comes into play tapped.
And you're out of mana.
Yep. And it is all yours, Kurt.
Yes.
Doing really good on my working out and weight loss and stuff.
Nice. That's good.
Yep. I finally hit 200 pounds on my last weigh-in.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's 55 pounds lost.
Damn. Yeah, because I remember back in high school, you were like a twig almost.
Yeah, and I worked out all the time, which was terrible. I couldn't gain weight back then to save myself.
Yeah, and then you stop and eat a bunch of fast food and you get fat like I do, or like I am.
For 1 tap, I'll use it to tap my Darkwater.
Yeah, I'm back up to almost 300 pounds.
You need to start watching your calories, man.
No, you know what it is? It's these right here.
Yeah, those are so good for you.
You gotta look at the calories on that damn thing. You should grab the 0 sugars.
It's only 100 calories.
Get the 0 sugar. Like literally, the
Well-
biggest thing that my weight loss is getting 0 sugar fucking drinks, man. I literally used to drink like over 2,000 calories worth of drink.
Damn. Are you done, Kurt?
Yep.
Okay. Untap.
Well, when you think
Draw.
about it, just like a single soda on normal is like to 300 calories for a normal can of soda.
Jesus. Command tower. White, blue, or I guess it don't matter. I just needed a white. Ghostly prison. Creatures can't attack me unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. Go.
You got one of those shenanigan-y things out, huh? Untap.
Not like anybody has any creatures to attack, so.
Alright. I will play my Moorland Hunt again. And let's see. I will tap 1, 2, 3. I will play Priest of the Blessed Graph. At the
Nice.
beginning of my end step, I create X11 white spirit creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of opponents who control more lands than I do.
And neither one of us control more land. Well, no. You have what, 2 lands?
I have 2.
3.
I have 3.
So
You get 2 little spirits.
at the end step.
Yep.
And it is my end step, so I will pop out 2 1/1 spirits. Of course, the spirit token I grab is a 3/3 spirit token. Let's grab a correct sized one. There we go. Bloop. Bloop. Behold the power of 1/1 weenie flying spirits.
So, question. The foretell cost, that should be on the card itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be in the description.
Gotta do that. Was it 2?
Okay, I don't have any yet in my hand. So it is your turn, Kurt.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mike gets those spirits at his end step.
Oh, yeah, and stuff.
I forgot that land produces 2.
2. Looter Ilkor.
And what does that do?
He's a 1/1 with Shadow. Whenever Looter Ilkar deals damage to an opponent, draw a card and discard.
Nice.
Let you cycle your hand a little bit.
Yeah. Yep, I'm done.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Untap. Draw. Land. White. 1. Mist Meadow Witch. 1/1. 1 blue, 1 white, 2 colorless. Exile target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Go.
Tap. Draw.
rank attacks?
What? The
Yeah,
exiling?
ability. Yeah.
No, it's just two white, blue, and two colorless. That's it.
Oh, it's an activated card. Okay.
There you go.
Play a plant.
Good?
I see. Okay.
Oh,
I will tap 3 and play Bygone Bishop. It's a 2/3 flyer, and whenever I cast a creature spell with mana value of 3 or less, I investigate, which creates a a clue token.
nice.
Which clue tokens are pay 2, sacrifice, draw card. And then I am tapping 1, 2, 3, and playing Twilight Drover, which whenever a spirit token leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on the Drover. And then I can remove counters to create spirit tokens.
Nice.
And since he came into play, I get a clue token due to the proc on Bygone Bishop.
Woohoo!
And let's see. How much mana do you have to pay to attack you, Tom?
2
For each creature.
for each creature.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yep.
Alright. I do not have 2 extra mana.
Nope, you got 1.
Yep. Alright. Kurt, do you have anything that blocks flying?
Nope.
Alright. Well, let's see. These ones are the ones we just got. So I will attack you for 2 flying. 2 little spirits fly over and poke you. And then, how many lands do you guys have?
I have 4.
3.
Alright, so I get 1 spirit into play. And it is yours then, Kurt.
Don't you
Did you
get
just-
spirits if they have more mana or more lands than you?
Yep, for each opponent that has more lands than me.
How many lands do you get?
I have 3.
Yeah.
He's got
okay,
2
so you
mana.
only get one.
Yeah, he's got 2 mana rocks too, Kurt.
Okay.
He's got the Soul Ring and the
Dark
white one.
diamond,
Yeah,
Right.
the marble diamond.
yeah, that one. I seen your 7 up there, Mike.
0 sugar, 7 up.
Nice.
0 calories. And if you're looking at like between Powerade and Gatorade for 0 sugar,
Mm-hmm.
Powerade better. Which is weird because I like regular Gatorade better than regular Powerade.
Uh-huh.
Go figure on
It's
that.
weird.
But the 0 sugar or frickin' Gatorade just doesn't taste right. It's like weird,
Huh.
at least to me.
Is the one that gives you what's the creature that gives you the tokens?
I have multiple creatures that produce tokens.
Well, which one does it for the land thing?
The land thing, that's my
Yeah.
priest.
The Bygone
I'll
Bishop.
exile her.
Are you gonna exile her?
Yep.
Right? It was the Bygone Bishop?
Priest of the it's priest of the blessed graph.
Oh.
You're exiling my little 1/2.
And then Mike takes 1 damage.
From what?
My creature, Liber Ilcor.
Is it unblockable?
Shadow.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
So you
Alright,
take 1 damage.
1.
And then when he deals damage, I get to draw a card and then discard.
And what does your artifact do again, Kurt? Or That one right below your creature.
Strionic Resonator. I can pay 2 and tap it to copy triggered ability I
Oh,
control
that's
and
right.
choose new
Okay.
targets.
Are you done?
Yep.
Cool. Draw my 1. Play an island. How many cards are in your guys' hand?
3.
Kurt? You have 4? Okay. Damn. That's nice. But I don't... You know what? Okay. So... Blue, white, 2 colorless. I'm going to cast Raynar the Ever Watchful. 2/3 Flying Vigilance. The first card I foretell each turn costs 0 to foretell. When you exile 1 or more cards from your hand and or permanents from the battlefield, create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. So I will exile or foretell. This it's got a foretell cost of 5 normally, but it's free, right?
Yep.
And then I paid the full casting cost. Oh no, it says during your turn you may pay 2 to and exile this card from your hand. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost, which is 5, a blue and 4 colorless. I can do that. Okay, so I'll
pay 2.
It's
And
0.
you can foretell it. Well, it says foretell costs are 0.
No. It says, during your turn, you may pay 2 colorless and exile this card. Oh, so it means... Oh! Okay, never mind. I read that
You
wrong.
pay the 2. And then you can get the foretell for free.
Got you. Okay.
So you can cast it on the later turn for free.
I can't do the foretell cost right now anyway.
No, you can't do foretell until your next turn.
No, I don't have the mana for it.
Well, that too, but yeah, you can't do it on the same turn anyway, no matter what.
No, I was gonna exile it and then I was gonna wait to foretell it, but I couldn't do that.
Well, you have to. That's literally what it says on the card. If you put
I know.
something in-
I got it. I just couldn't pay the 2 colorless to exile it. So, it's your turn, Mike.
Untap.
But once you can, that's still not bad. Is that your commander that does that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it just says the first card I foretell. Come on, you stupid thing.
doesn't
Maybe.
want to focus. The first Flying Vigilance.
Alright.
Pull
Yeah.
it back a little bit.
It says for the first card you foretell is 0.
The first card you foretell each turn is 0. Okay, yeah, that's not bad though. It still gives you. It's still not bad. Because foretells count as sorceries, so you can only do them on your turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will tap an island and a plains. And pull out my commander for 2, since I have 5 spirits into play.
I see 4.
That's 1, 2,
I know, I'm
3,
just fucking with
4,
you.
5. Yeah. And let's see. Alright, so, and my next one, I am tapping 3 and putting out Promise of Burundi. When a creature I control dies, I sacrifice this, and I put 4 more spirit tokens into play.
Nice.
And then I will tap 3 more, and I'll put out Geist of Saint Traff. Hexproof. And it's a 2/2, and whenever it attacks, it creates a 4/4 angel that's tapped and attacking when it attacks.
Jesus. So basically it creates 4/4 flying haste creature angels.
Yep, but they're sacrificed at the end of turns.
Damn, so you played them with sneak attack. No.
Pretty much.
Yep, that's pretty much what it kind of does. And let's see. And Kurt, you don't have any flyers, right?
Nope.
Alright, so let's see. Well, let's see. Alright, so I will attack you with my 3/1/1s and my Bygone Bishop. I also forgot to proc when I cast that one creature, I get another clue token, so I have 2 clue tokens. And then, let's see. So I have the, just bump this to 3, so those are the ones. Alright, so you have 3 flying 1/1s and then 2/3 flying that's attacking you.
Okay.
So that's 5 damage coming at you.
Alright.
And the only reason I'm attacking you, Kurt, it's not to really attack you. It's because I can't attack Tom because he has a damn barrier out at the moment.
The ghostly prison.
You could just not attack.
I have to attack because it procs my ability, which gets me another spirit into play. Because I had a non-token.
Did you just say useless?
Excuses.
Oh, excuses.
Excuses.
Why not just attack with the 1 and that's it?
What's the point in only attacking with 1 creature?
Just to activate his proc so you get more.
Right. And unfortunately, that is all she wrote at the moment.
And you get 2 more spirits.
From what?
Because we have more lands. Oh, wait, no, he killed that one.
Exiled it.
He exiled it.
Haha.
Alright, so it's my turn then?
Yep. Yeah, if you can destroy enchantment, that'd be awesome.
You guys plan this out and be like, hey, let's just gang up on Tom.
Well, you're the one that has 41 health. Just
Ooh.
saying, you're currently leading the game.
I gained a life from my Tranquil Cove when I played it.
Hey. Just saying. You have more health than the rest of us.
Excuses.
Yeah, I'm down to 39. Kurt's at 33. You're at 41. Just saying.
Sounded good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing, Kurt?
I'm reading my cards, sorry.
Can't do that, not allowed. You just gotta play.
Holy shit.
Okay. And hi, Reaper. Or Puppy and Kitty are trying to get my attention.
Nice. Pet Reaper for me some.
Oh, I am. He just went to the vet today, so he's all like,
Do you get his shots or what?
nah, he got an ear infection, so.
Oh,
that's
poor guy.
medicine for it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came walking down
Some
here.
allergy stuff.
Nice. I came walking down here in my office earlier tonight. Guess what I found dead on the floor? A mouse.
One of your cats killed one.
We have 1 cat and 1 dog.
Sweet.
I was like, hey, she brought me a present. Nice. Because remember, Garfield used to do that for you all the time?
All the time.
Uh-huh.
That cat was a brutal hunter. It was like a daily thing. It was a bird or a mouse.
Yep, I remember.
Even brought me a dead squirrel once.
Damn. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that cat was vicious. She could kill anything.
Yeah.
She was tiny.
Yeah,
She was like a, 7-pound cat.
Something.
Tiny thing.
Quick as I'll get out, though.
Oh, yeah. But she was raised on a farm for her first little bit, so she learned how to kill everything.
Right. And then what was your mom's cat's name?
She had Bandit. That
Bandit. That's right.
20-pound Siamese cat.
Yep, I remember Bandit. And then Odie.
Yep. Or Great Dane.
Yep.
You converter. Okay.
All I see is glare.
For me?
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
one in the middle.
Yep.
That one in the middle is all glare.
All glare.
Let me turn down my fucking lights. Well, that's my commander, so
Oh,
you
okay.
can read it if you want.
When you go to use it, that's fine.
Okay.
Are you done, Kurt?
No. Mike will take one.
Are you attacking me again? With your unblockable dude.
And then when he draws a card, I draw it, and then
I think I'm starting to see a combo with this deck. You are done, right? Kurt?
yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
decide which card I'm gonna discard though.
I already drew. Okay, kind of. Let's just do 2 and 2. And I'll exile both of these.
You're getting ready to foretell shit.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. It's your turn.
Alright. Untap time. Untap.
So, question. Say I use his ability, right? Where it says first foretell, it's just each turn, huh? So I couldn't,
Yeah.
like, exile him, like, use it, exile him, and then bring him back, right?
No.
Okay. One can hope,
It
I
has to be the
guess.
first card that you exile. Or that you foretell. Alright, cat. I can't have you running back and forth on my lap when I'm trying to play. You won't lay down, and she's just running back and forth, back and forth.
You guys barely had Morgan, huh? While I was there.
She was our last one of our fluff balls that we picked up.
Yeah, because I remember Lillum and Riley.
Yep.
And then Morgan must have came in at the tail end.
Yep.
Because I vaguely remember her.
I'm going to play Perry Stream, which does not come into play tap because I have 2 basic lands. Alright. So let's see. I'll pay 2, sacrifice one of my clue tokens to draw a card.
No, you can't. Sounded good. Oh, hey, Mike. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but you know those, like, they're little toys you can get that they come in like a, I don't know, but look at what Annette got.
A little Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, is the only one I liked out of the whole thing, and she's like, you can have it, and I'm like, hell yeah.
That's awesome. Just conserving space purposes. Alright, I'm gonna tap 1, 2,
Damn.
3. I'm gonna play Midnight Clock.
Which does?
It produces 1 blue mana, or I can pay 3 and put a counter on it. At the beginning of each upkeep, put a counter on it. When the 12th counter is put on this clock, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, and then draw 7 cards and exile Midnight Clock.
Nice. That's
kinda
pretty
weird.
good. That's good though.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, it
that
produces
could-
mana.
That could
But I'm
save
like-
you. That could save you from a mill deck. For the most part.
At least slow it down.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's see. I'll tap 2.
Hey, may the 4th be with you guys.
Is it already past midnight for you?
Yeah, it's 12:07.
It's only 11 for me.
Well, then I'll wait an hour and I'll tell it to you again.
Let's see. Hey Tom,
Yes, sir.
what creatures do you have out?
My commander and Mist Meadow Witch is a 1/1.
And what's your commander's power?
2/3. Mike, remember these?
What is that? Oh, okay, I see what it is now.
Remember those?
Is for back in the Atari days? Fuck.
Not just Atari. I think normal Nintendo had it too.
You could still use them with it, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Either of your guys flying, Tom?
Just my commander.
And what was his power again?
2/3.
2/3. Alright, I will tap 2. My commander is gonna attack you. And then Kurt, do you have any flying blocking? Nope. Alright. So I'm gonna attack you with my 4 1/1s and my 2
Oh shit!
player.
I didn't catch. I just caught this. I
5 damage.
exiled 2 cards. I get 2 1/1 spirit tokens with flying. So I actually have 3 flyers.
Now you say something.
Sorry, I just noticed it. I'm sorry. It says whenever you exile 1 or more cards from your hand, create it from the and/or permanent. Oh, I only get 1. Because it says 1 or more cards from your hand and/or permanents from the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying. So I get 1.
Actually, I'm not gonna attack you with my commander, Tom.
Okay.
I am gonna still attack you. But I'm going to pay 1 for that, and that's the 2 mana for the attacking you. But
Okay.
I'm gonna exile your commander, and you gain life equal to your commander's power.
So does that mean I can never cast it again, or it goes to my
You
command
can-
zone?
It goes to your command zone.
Okay.
You can actually choose. That's what technically happens is you get to choose. You can put it in exile if you have a way to bring it back,
Okay.
or you can put it in the command zone. Because if you could get it back from exile, you wouldn't have to pay the extra mana.
Gotcha.
You only have to pay the extra mana when you cast it from the command zone.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. So what are you attacking me with?
Then I'm gonna attack you with Geist of Saint Traff,
Okay.
which is a 2/2. And then when he attacks, he generates an additional an angel that's tapped and attacking, but that one's gonna go towards Kurt also.
I block your dude.
4 damage.
So all this is all my declare attacker step. That's why it's like all chaotic out here.
Yeah. I blocked your one dude with my little 1/1 spirit.
That's fine. And then Kurt, so that's a you got 4 commander coming at you. That's flying. All of this is flying. So you got 4 commander.
Yeah, I already did the damage.
4 1 spirits. And then the 2/3 spirit bishop. So that's 2 more. And then the angel is a 4/4. And that makes 2 spirit tokens that generate. Bloop. Out of all that chaotic shit, since Tom had to block one, couldn't let me hit him, so I could get a 3rd one. Alright.
No, I had a disposable spirit, so I was like, screw it. I ain't taking no damage.
Don't block. Yep. Especially since I just gave you health. I was like, I'll give you health and take away it. See?
Oh, I did gain 2 life, huh?
Yep, you're at 43.
Oh, so guess what? I'm on vacation all week. Ha!
Alright. And when the angel dies, since I have to sacrifice it, I sacrifice the promise of Burundi to get 4 more spirits.
Nice.
So, 6 spirits.
Your deck is moving pretty fast. I wish mine would.
Yeah, but you have that one thing that blocks me completely. Which is what's
Right.
Unless I can get a fucking, destroy enchantment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kurt. I'm really purposely not trying to kill you, but it's you're just taking the reverb because I'm trying to go after Tom, and I'm like, I can only send so much through that damn sift he has, or sieve.
The sifter.
Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah, did you hear that though, Mike? I'm on vacation all week.
To generate a clue token. Sorry. Or is it cast? Oh, it's only when I cast a creature. I did not cast a creature this turn. Never mind. No clue tokens. You're on vacation? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation next week, but when I went to check it just a little bit ago, my request wasn't in the log, and I'm like, where the frick is my request? So so I tried to re-request it, saying I put it in over a month ago, and I'm not sure where my request is at.
Huh. Yeah, it sucked, dude. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all sucked for work last week. As soon as we get back to the warehouse, we get word that one of the sprinkler lines busted in the cooler. So for 2 hours, we did nothing but squeegee water. Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
And then I ended up loading a truck wrong twice. Oh well.
Not good.
Shit happens. Learning experience. Come on, Kurt. What you doing?
Alright.
Getting lost in your own thoughts?
No, I'm just trying to figure out how this mana works, because I only have the 1 white, so I was just trying to make sure I did it right. So
I hate that when you get only 1 color.
Yeah, I can only produce 1 white right now. So
Are we all 3 of us using white blue decks?
Mine's white, blue, black.
Huh. Mine's just white, blue.
Mine's white blue too. That's
It's
funny.
all white, blue with a little bit of black on deck for Kurt.
Right? That's a first.
So the Scary Confluence, I get to choose 3. I can choose the same mode more than once.
Huh?
I get to choose between 3 abilities, and I can choose one more than once.
Oh, okay. What 3 abilities are you choosing?
I'm going to use one of them to return a creature from my graveyard to... Is it my hand? Oh, yeah, it is my hand, so... Use that to get that guy back. I guess. let's see. Target creature connives. So I'll do that for the second one.
And what does that do?
For it to connive, I draw a card and then discard a card.
Oh.
If I discard a non-land card, I put a 1/1 counter on that creature. So I'll discard Identity Thief.
Identity Thief?
Yep.
Nice.
And I'll give him one token. So I'll put this on top of the power toughness, just so that if I could find a 3.
It's there somewhere.
There we go. So he's a 3/3 now. Okay, so that was 2. And then I'll do another connive.
Draw a card to discard a card, and then that creature, and then a creature gets a +1/+1.
Yep. So
4 is there somewhere.
that one was easier to find. That one, I didn't play a land this turn.
It's too late. You can't.
Oh damn. So I'll do that one that comes into play tapped. Okay. So let me see, how am I gonna do this? Or wait, hold on. These two exiled. Wait, so is it? That one.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do have to play him face down. Okay.
In my graveyard. Crap, I'm gonna have to keep them separate. So there, I have one that one and one separate there. That'll work. Activate that one. Alright, so let's see, so Mike takes 6, 8.
Are they unblockable?
Yep.
So 8.
So your token has shadow?
My commander gives him shadow. Whenever I attack,
Nice.
the attacking creature can't be blocked to this turn. It connives, then choose another attacking creature with lesser power. That creature gains double strike until end of turn.
Nice.
So, yeah, my rogue token becomes unblockable, so Mike takes 6 from that. It connives, so that means I draw a card, and then discard a card. And then it gains another +1. And then since my other creature gets double strike, he hits for 2 more damage.
So Mike takes 7.
8. Because he starts out as a 2/2, and he had 4 tokens on him, so he's a 6/6.
But
He's a
you
7/7.
give him the +1/+1 during combat, so doesn't it bump it up to whatever it is? So wouldn't he take 9 damage then?
Well, yeah, it connives first, so yeah, it would be 9. So because he would get the token.
Okay.
He gets hit 2 separate times, so I get to trigger this ability twice.
Nice.
So I will draw, and then
Double strike
discard.
isn't 2 hits. Double strike is it's still one hit. It hits in first strike phase and
Yep.
regular speed.
It still equals 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still 2
Okay,
damage.
but I can't activate the ability
Good night.
twice. Okay.
Good night. Is Cat going to bed?
Yeah.
Ah. Are you done, Kurt?
Yep.
Sweet. Let's see if I can do something, huh? Draw my 1.
I'm waiting for you to like proc a bunch of stuff that's been sitting out of the game.
I like this card.
I think Tom's gonna end up winning this, Kurt.
Probably.
I'll play. Two, 6. Ethereal Valkyrie. Flying 4/4. Whenever Ethereal Valkyrie enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. Then exile a card from your hand face down. It becomes Foretold. Its foretell cost is its mana cost reduced by 2. On the later turn, you may cast. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, draw a card. I will foretell this one, and I haven't played a land yet, so I'll play a land.
Mark that one like to the side so you know it has the -2 cost in case you want to play it separately. Like put a die or something on it.
Okay. I figured it's all this. I figured it's all the same anyway.
Well, remember your first one each turn is free, but
There's
wanna
none
cast
free
that one
right
too.
now.
Oh yeah.
Cause you kill it, fucker.
No, I exiled it and it gave you life.
How long does it stay in exile? Well, I put it in my command zone.
Yeah.
So you can cast it again for 2 more
Yeah.
additional mana.
You down there, right there. Go.
My turn.
That guy right there.
Tap.
Not
Alright.
that guy.
Up to 10.
Thank you.
That guy. I'll get there eventually, huh, Kurt?
Eventually.
Draw a card. And not what I wanted. Yeah, and that gets a counter on it. Yeah. Oh shit, it's on the beginning of each upkeep, not just my upkeep. Fuck.
So it's got a shit ton of counters on it.
It has 3 on it. I thought it was at the beginning of my upkeep. No, but it says each. That thing's really expensive for what it does. I don't like how fast it like auto pops. It should be like you can choose to sacrifice it to get that effect.
It has to get 10 or 12 counters on it, huh?
Yeah, and then it's automatically done.
That
Which I
sucks.
didn't like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. What can I do here? Not much. Alright, so.
Excuse me.
Alright. Kurt, I'm attacking you. Let's see.
Just add up the damage.
Alright, and my little Geist Saint dude is attacking you also, which that generates the angel, which is also attacking.
Just add up the damage.
Alright,
12 damage.
so that's 8, 18, 19,
Ouch.
20, 21, 22.
Ouch.
Yeah, 2 life.
You're at 2 life, Kurt?
Yep.
Damn.
Do you gain life somewhere? I had you at 19.
I was at 24.
And I got nothing to help you, Kurt. I'm sorry.
Alright.
That generates 1, 2, 3 more tokens. And I forgot to do this last time. When my angel fades, this guy's supposed to gain a token too, because every time a token leaves play, he gains a 1/1 counter. And then I will pay 3 and remove a counter from him. And he puts 2 1/1 spirit tokens into play, so that gives me 5 more spirit tokens.
Nice.
Alright. And then it's yours, Tom. This gains a town.
No, it's Kurt's turn.
Oh, Kurt. Sorry. Kurt.
Kurt's like, damn it, why are you skipping me now? Hey, Mike. How many cards are in your hand?
1.
Damn it.
Why?
Just wondering. How many are in your hand, Kurt?
2 now.
Okay. Fuck. That card ain't gonna help me much.
I guess the only bright side of the midnight clock is that I get to draw 7 cards.
Yeah.
So tap these for 2, and then tap these for... Use it to tap these for 4. 1, 2, 3, 6. I'll do profane commands. It's 2 black with an X. I get to choose 2. Target player loses X life. Return target creature card with mana value X or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Target creature gets -X, -X, or up to X target creatures gain fear until end of turn.
That fear till end of turn is kind of cool.
But his creatures already have shadow.
Only 2 of them do.
Oh.
Or well, only 1 technically, and then the other one he has to.
To proc it? Yeah.
Alright, so I'll just do the target player loses X life twice, so that's Mike lose 12 life.
Well, ouch.
Then I'll this one, so I connive, so I draw and discard. And then he gets +1/+1, so that's 6. So that's 8. So 10 more damage. And then I get to draw and discard again.
What are you at, Mike?
7.
11 or 7?
7.
Oh, okay. Dunkirk?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna untap.
This game's a
Draw
counter.
my 1. Nice. Play my land for this turn. I needed that, actually.
On your turn, Tom, I'm gonna tap 6 and add 2 more counters to it.
Okay.
Why not?
Soul Herder. Whenever it's a 1/1 spirit, whenever a creature is exiled from the battlefield. Wait. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm doing that wrong. I take that back. 2, 3, 4, 2. Raynar the Ever Watchful. I will foretell Sage from the Beyond. Flying 5/5 spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 2 less to cast. So that includes foretell costs.
Yep.
So, how many cards are in your hand, Kurt?
1.
Mike?
1.
Fuck you both.
Wait, do you want us to have 0 or what?
No, I wanted you guys to have more. I'll show you guys why. This card.
These blur.
It says each player with fewer cards in hand than the player with the most cards in hand draws cards equal to the difference. And if we all have 1, nobody's ahead, nobody's lower. Alright, I got 2 mana. I cannot cast that. Poop. Go, Mike.
Alright, untap. This game's a counter. Alright. Actually, I'll just start using 1/1 counters over here. That'll be at 15 over here. Draw my card. I'll tap 2. I'll play Ghostly Pilferer. Whenever he becomes untapped, I may pay 2 and draw a card. And whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, I draw a card.
So it goes against my deck because I foretell.
Yep. So Tom will make me draw cards. Yay! Alright. And then... let's see. I will Stampede Kurt.
Bye, Kurt.
I get 2 more tokens added.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this one. How many cards in your hand, Mike?
1.
Figures. Blue, 1 of each. Soul Herder.
I will tap 6 and add 2 more counters to this damn thing.
2 Arcane Signet. Since It's yeah. Yeah, you said you had one, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna play this one for free because of Raynar.
What's that one?
Meteor Golem. When Meteor Golem enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. So what's your strongest?
My commander. It's 4/4.
Not like it's gonna help me much, but it's gone.
Alright, goes back to the commands.
Okay. I have 4 mana left. I'm gonna exile.
I just realized how nasty my commander's like ability is. That is retarded. And it's not the creature generation part that's nasty that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's it costs 1 less colorless mana for each spirit I have in play.
Damn.
And so whenever it dies, you pay 2 more colorless mana. As long as I have spirits in play, it'll only cost me the 2 colored mana.
Okay. I'm with Mist Metal Witch. I'm gonna exile my Golem. It'll come back at the end of your turn. And then it says for Soul Herder, whenever a creature is exiled from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
I draw a card because you played your Meteor Golem from whatchamacallit.
And then it says at the beginning of my end step, I may exile another target creature I control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. I'm gonna exile this, which it gets another counter, and then it's gonna turn around and come right back. So I draw a card, exile a card face down, and its foretell cost is now 2 less. Or it's being foretold, you know what I mean. Go ahead.
Alright, I untap. Draw my 1 card. And then upkeep. This goes up to 12, which makes it get sacrificed. Which is sad. My hand and everything gets shuffled in. That's exiled. And so is my graveyard.
Damn, I wish I had... Is it an instant? Nope, it's a sorcery. Next turn I'll play it if I survive this round.
Hoping I draw something that destroys permanent or enchantment so I can get through your stupid thing.
Mm-hmm. See how lucky Mike gets.
7. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Did you get one?
Reading what I got. What's the spell called that you have in play?
The enchantment?
Yeah.
Ghostly Prison. Let me guess, you got lucky, didn't you?
No. I got something that's very hilarious, though.
What? You got one too?
Yep. I'll pay 3 and put out a ghostly prison.
Nice.
So now you have to pay 2 for each creature you want to attack.
Okay.
And I will tap that and play my commander back out. Boop.
Because these cost 1 less for each spirit in play, huh?
Each spirit I control.
Yeah.
untap 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put Breath of the Sleepless. I can play spirits anytime as if they had flash.
Nice.
And whenever I cast a creature spell during an opponent's turn, untap up to 1 target creature.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I haven't played a land yet this turn. I will play Port Town, which
Comes into play tapped.
if I reveal a island
Woo!
or a plains,
Yeah, like here, have one of each.
comes into play untapped.
Cool. Are you gonna attack?
I would love to, but I don't have enough mana to get through your stuff.
You can with one critter.
Oh, you have blockers. I can't get through.
Yep.
It's pretty much, we're gonna sit here and draw until we can get
Something
a way
to.
destroy.
I can as soon as you're on your instep, I can destroy your ghostly prison.
Yeah, with your thing.
My turn, or it's your instep. It comes back into play, but I'm not going to choose your instep. Or choose that.
That's the best thing to do. Then you can.
Yeah, I'll hit
Attack
your
me
ghostly
out.
prison. I'll draw my 1. So, question. Hold on, you have 7 cards still, right? Or 6?
I have 4.
4? Okay. So this thing says exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under my control. So can I hit this one, bring it back, and hit it again?
Sure.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'll play Ghostly Flicker, which I'll remove this. This gets a counter. It comes back. I do that. It
What do you
becomes
do to play that?
Ghostly Flicker. Exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or lands you control, then return those cards to the
From your
battlefield.
hand?
Yeah. Then I'm going to hit it again. This gets a counter. Draw a card. I'll read those in a minute. Now I have no cards in my hand. I'm going to play Tales of the Ancestors for free because of Raynar. Which means you have 4 cards in your hand, right?
Yep.
Okay, I draw 4 cards.
Oh, you have 0?
Yep. Ooh.
And that was from Exile, that card you played, right? So I draw a card.
What the... Oh, yeah. Tales of the Ancestor. I'm going to play Cryptic
And
Caves.
By resolution effects, you would draw 1 more. Because I would have 5 by the time your spell resolves because it's stacking.
So I draw another card?
Yeah.
White, blue, colorless. Vega the Watcher. Whenever I cast a spell anywhere other than my hand, draw a card.
And that one was from your hand?
Yeah. And these all cost 2 less to play. Let me see what they are.
do you
past
think
that.
it's gonna take Tom to kill me?
I don't know, I think you could still kill him faster. Because instead of playing stuff, you could tap the 2 mana and hit him every once in a while.
I can't get through his defenders though. He has too many, and my stuff's all weenies.
Okay, I'm not gonna. I'll keep those there for now. Then I will. So God damn it. I will get used to this deck, don't worry.
Takes a while, so
1, 2, 3, 4. I will exile Meteor Golem again.
Right, and then you're done.
Yep.
Untap. Draw a card. Patch. Does not help me. How many lands do you have? Before I play the planes. How many lands do you have?
9.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sweet. I could do that. I will tap 2 and play Knight of the White Orchid.
Okay.
As first strike, it's 3/2, and when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than me, I can search my library for planes and put it into the battlefield.
Cool. You gonna kill me this turn, Mike?
Shit, I wish. Like I said, you're gonna win this one probably, because I don't have any way.
What's your
to
health
attack
at?
you, really. 7.
Yeah.
And then I'll play a planes just to play it out of my hand and tap planes and my soul ring, and I'll play a Field of Souls. Whenever a non-token creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, I create a spirit token. Yay! Yeah, that's about it. Because I can't get through your shit. What's your biggest creature right now, Tom?
5/5.
Is it flying?
No.
What's your biggest flyer?
4/4.
4/4?
No, sorry, 5/5.
5/5?
Yeah.
Seeker, I can't get through.
My turn?
Yeah, there's literally not much I can do at this moment.
how much mana do you get?
No. Let's see. I got 6 mana.
So you could attack with 3 creatures, so you could do a little damage. Because he could block 2, but then one would get through, because he only has 2 flyers. Right? Or no, he's got 1, 2, 3.
1, 2. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
8
no,
flyers.
okay.
So it was at the end of your end step. What was your? Just destroy a creature. I don't care.
Want to Zorch my commander again?
Sure, why not? So what happens when you exile cards? I don't remember offhand. They just leave play.
Yep.
Yep, they can't be interacted with unless they were removed in a specific way that says they can be brought back. Like foretell. That's why they're technically marked as foretold.
Exile all creatures I control at the beginning of the next end step. Reveal cards from the top. Okay. Alright, I'll do that. So, I untapped. I drew my card. My first one for free. I'm going to play Synthetic Destiny. Exile all creatures I control at the beginning of the next end step. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest of the revealed cards into your library. So, 1, 2, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Since and I'm doing him last because 10 leaving. When I exile, I only get one more, so 11, 12. He's gonna go to my command zone. These are exiled. So 12. Let's do it this way so I remember. And then I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play Cleansing Nova. Sorcery, choose one, destroy all creatures or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. I'm going to destroy all creatures.
Alright, you'd have to finish resolving your other spell first, though.
I did. I can't do it until your next end step.
Is that when that procs?
Yeah. It says exile all creatures I control at the beginning of the next end step. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creature cards. Put all creature... Yeah. So at the
end of Mike's turn.
No, it says at the beginning of the next end step, not mine, but the next one.
Yeah. So that'll be at the end of Mike's turn.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So I destroy all creatures.
Alright, and I get 4 tokens into play. Or 5, because he died too. Bam.
One, 2, 3. Hero of Bretagard. So it says whenever I exile one or more creature cards from my hand or permanents from the battlefield, these don't count anymore, do they? The 12 I've already gotten rid of. Okay,
Already done.
that's until I'm able to finish that one. As long as hero, okay. What? It says when I played Hero of Bretagard. Whenever you exile one or more cards from your hand and or permanents from the battlefield, put up that many 1/1 counters on Hero of Bretagard. As long as Hero of Bretagard has 5 or more counters on it, it has flying as an angel in addition to its other types. As long as Hero of Bretagard has 10 or more counters on it, it has indestructible and is a god in addition to its other types.
Yeah, that's tough, but yeah, those ones don't count since they already resolved.
So if I had played it first, and then
It would have been destroyed.
no, because it's an instant, it would have just went on the bottom of the stack, as everything stacked up.
On the top of the stack.
Oh, all right.
The creature instants go first.
Okay. So these all cost 2 less. So then I will white, blue, white, blue, Empyrean Eagle, and then white. I'm gonna blink, momentary blink my Empyrean Eagle, which means it's just exiled, then comes back. And it gets a 1/1 counter. Go ahead, Mike.
At the end of your turn, since I can cast all spirits as flash, I will pay the 4 extra and summon my commander. And then it's my turn. I'll untap. Alright.
Damn, this game's taking forever.
What are you telling me? Alright. I will tap 3. 1 and 2 from here. Do Hunting Imitation. Each player reveals the top 4 cards of their library. For each creature card revealed this way, I create a copy of that card except for it's a 1/1 spirit that has flying in addition to its other types.
Okay, so there's one, which is a Thunderclap Wyvern.
What's its effects?
Flash, flying, other creatures you control, flying get +1/+1. It's a 2/3. Geist Honored Monk. Vigilance, Geist Honored Monk. Power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures I control. When Geist Honored Monk enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying.
Jesus Christ. This is why some of this stuff gets kind of difficult.
All 4 of them are creatures, just so you know. Core Cartographer enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a Plains card, put that into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. You ready for the last one? Evangel of Heliod. When Evangel of Heliod enters the battlefield, create a number of 1/1 white soldier creature tokens equal to your devotion to white.
So he gets 4 spirit tokens that get all 4 of those abilities.
Yep.
So
And
he
I
gets to search for a land card and put it into play tapped. He creates 2 more tokens. What, like 6 tokens total?
Yeah, how he gets white soldier tokens for however his devotion of white is. And he gets 2 1/1 spirit tokens. And then his creatures get +1/+1. All his flying creatures get +1/+1. Or all other flying creatures.
So
I'll
he
just
got
other spirit for those ones. And a copy.
Are you gonna remember all 4 of these?
Fuck no.
I'd say keep them out, like separate, just in case.
Because aren't I supposed to shuffle them back in?
No.
No, they get. Don't they get exiled?
Nope.
Or discarded?
It's just reveal. They go back exactly how they were on top of your library.
Oh, okay. Nice. Well, I'll be so then I'll be playing them soon, so don't worry.
4 more regular spirits. So. And then I got 2 soldier tokens. I'll just use a die out here with a 2 on it. This will be 2 soldier tokens. And then I had 2 creatures in mind, or no, just 1 creature in mind. It's a flying protection from black with an echo, and when it enters the battlefield, I can return a card from my graveyard into play. Oh yeah, and I gotta like pull land from my freaking deck also,
Plains.
Yep.
or a plant. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a plains.
See. I'll put the Drover back out. Okay. Yeah. And then there was a plains right on top almost. So yeah. Yep. There it is. All right. So all of that chaoticness. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can have 5 creatures attack you, Tom. And all my stuff has +1/+1 because you're one guy's ability.
Yep.
So let's see. That's 5 flying. And then alright, I tap all my mana. So I got 6 creatures coming at you. I got 5 2/2s and a 5/5.
I take 15. So tap everything that you attacked with, or did you?
Yep. Right.
Okay. So on your, because it's your instep now, right?
Hold on. Not
Okay.
yet. I still have to. This gets since I had one non-token creature deal damage. Oh yeah, that was 5 commander. So I have to change that real quick on your chart.
Yeah, you'll have. It's not normal damage, is it?
It's both technically, because
Yeah.
Okay.
it's just you got to keep track of it separate. Because if you get 21 commander damage, you're dead no matter what.
So let's see. Then I gain 1 spirit out here for that my commander dealing damage to you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now is it your instep?
Yep.
Okay.
Now you revealed the 12 cards.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 7, 8.
I thought it was just 12 cards.
No, into 12 creatures.
Holy shit.
Exile all creatures you control at the beginning of your next instep. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest of the revealed cards into my library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is where he kills me, Kurt.
I don't know. You still got to have mana to attack you. So
No, I got rid of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
you
nuked
did?
that.
11, 12.
That will be the one that I did for my one guy.
Okay, so we'll start here at the top. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. That ain't gonna mean shit. Mole Drifter enters the battlefield. I draw 2 cards. When Cloud Blazer enters the battlefield, gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. Whenever Brago King Eternal deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of target non-land permanents you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. Okay. When Geist Honored Monk power and top he's the number of creatures I control, she's fucking huge. When Geist or Monk enters the battlefield, create 2 white 1/1 spirit creature tokens. Okay. When Core Cartographer enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a plains. Put it into tapped. Plains. Shuffle my library. Come on. When Evangel of Helad in it. Okay, so since I'm going this way, or no, I reveal. So it'd just be these 5 creatures, huh? Because I went, this way.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soldiers.
I should have read that first, because then you could have did her last.
Yeah.
Well, it's as they're revealed, they're played.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I just kind of started at the top because it was easier, but I did go this way, and then those.
That's how that one works. Is how many you get a soldier for each creature you had in play.
For each devotion to white.
Oh, devotion to white. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cause so I couldn't count the Evangel. I couldn't, and that one, or that one. So it'd just be these 5. Stoke Farmer enters the battlefield. Search library for a basic plains card and reveal it. If your opponent controls more lands than you, put it in the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, put it into your hand. How many lands do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it just goes into my hand.
Thought it said if I control more. We both have 11.
It says if an opponent controls more lands than you, put it into the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, put it into my hand.
Okay, sorry. I'm fucking tired.
Me too. When the Inspired Phoenix enters the battlefield, draw cards equal to the number of opponents you have, which is 1. Technically, would have been 2 but Kurt died. When Cloud Goat Ranger enters the battlefield, create 3 1/1 white Kithkin soldier creature tokens.
Jeez.
Tap 3 untapped Kithkin you control. Cloud Goat Ranger gets +2/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Okay, so that's everything finally resolved from that. Now it's my turn. I draw my 1. None of these really matter. Play a land. Do I?
Wish I would have played the Voltron deck. That's what I should do. Is should grab a Voltron deck.
So, if I were to exile it and then bring it back in, would that get rid of summoning sickness?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
That puts summoning sickness back on it, because it comes back into play.
Now phasing was interesting because it didn't count it as coming. Well, it still triggered coming back into play effects, but it still counted as since
It didn't lead play though.
Yeah. Phasing was so weird. It was like almost exile, but not.
It was better than exile because it didn't actually lead play.
Yeah, you got to keep your counters and everything else that was on your stuff, all enchantments on it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It just couldn't like be destroyed by anything.
Alright.
Targeted, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sun Titan. Whenever Sun Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, you may turn target permanent with a converted mana cost 3 less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, it's target permanent.
Yeah, so it has to be like an enchantment or.
Never mind. That was a waste.
Yeah, you exiled all your stuff, so.
No, I was gonna do the one where I make a creature come, leave, come back, leave, come back, but it's not a permanent. How many creatures do you have, Mike?
That are untapped.
Yeah.
Let's see, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, because I accidentally counted him, so I didn't count one of those. I have 25, and I attack you with everything.
They have haste?
They came in at the end of your turn.
So
They did.
They have
Alright.
summoning sickness for their turn they come and play.
Which would be
Okay.
your turn.
Yeah. So, let's see. You have 20, how many?
25.
25? Yeah, you'll definitely kill me, just even if they're 1/1s that get through, so. That is it.
Damn, I like this deck. Thank you, Mike.
I just couldn't get a destroy fucking enchantment. If I could
That enchantment saved my ass.
I was kind of curious how long it would have been for me to get a destroy enchantment.
Shit.
By the way, they're going. I keep getting all these cool things. Stuff to.
Well, you should have left me alone. I would have been able to get rid of it.
Yeah, that thing saved my ass. Land.
I have a bunch of card draw coming up, which that would have been awesome to get.
Yeah, I got mostly land with that card draw. So I'm gonna do something different. Because you gotta keep these separate.
Well, we have time for one more game, so let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've seen destruction in it, but it must be at the bottom of the
I
deck.
don't want that deck.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another deck.
What deck are you using, Kurt?
I don't know the new one.
I did say I wanted to bust it out on stream, so I think I'm going to.
Go for it. But yeah, I'm doing another new one because I've been wanting to play these new ones since I got them. And I did the first new one with Mike and me.
What was that one earlier?
Yeah, before you got on, the one that we just finished. That I lost.
Yeah.
And then we did the other one, the other new one.
Nice. Dude, I like this new deck.
That commander deck's not bad, so I don't know if it's one of the other ones or what, but yeah, that one plays pretty good too.
I did not honestly think I was gonna win.
Yeah, I actually thought you were gonna pull it off because Mike was still going like a little slow.
Well, like I said, that
His stuff wasn't that big though either, because he was getting tokens, but he wasn't like beefing them up or anything. So I still figured he wasn't gonna be able to do much damage to you overall. So I still figured you were gonna be able to pull it out.
yeah, dude, that
I just
ghostly.
wish you would have left me alone a little bit though, because if you would have left me alone, I could have. if he would have left me a little more alone. Like, he could have pinged me every once in a while so that he could keep getting his tokens, but he didn't have to keep hitting me that hard.
Are you off tomorrow?
No, I work tomorrow.
Damn you. Suck ass.
If you want to do something during the day, I can do it. But
Like what time? Because I'd want to play just...
pretty much any time before, like, 8. Well, 7:30 technically, because I gotta get ready. And
7:30 a.m. or p.m.?
Yeah.
p.m.? Okay.
Yeah, I work nights, so I usually don't go to bed till like 5 or 6 in the morning. So I'm usually up at like around 2, and so anytime basically between when I get up and pretty much like 7:30, I can do stuff.
Okay.
What are you guys plotting?
No, just seeing about playing tomorrow. Because I want to play that commander deck some more, but I got enough for a quick game, and then I got to get off of here.
Yeah, 45 minutes, so we gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
Spin Mike, who goes?
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
And I go first, according to the Wheel of Morality. I was expecting it to be Tom. Alright, my deck a good shuffle. And then we will see what happens here.
So then that would be what Tom next, right? Then did me, so I'm last this time.
Nope. You're second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Alright, let's see what I draw. 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure, that looks like a good one. I will draw my card. And I will play Reliquary Tower.
So who goes first?
Me.
Okay, I go last.
Yep.
Alright, so you should remember what this deck is. It's going to kill me pretty quick, but I got another deck on the side that I'm just going to come in. I wanted to show this one off on stream. That's all.
Alright. Well, I played Reliquary Tower and it's Kurt's.
Alright, so I'll draw. Court Town comes into play. And I'm done.
I'll draw my one. Swamp. God damn it.
Are you done?
No. Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to tap the one. Play Dark Ritual. Use one to play Relic of Progenitus. Use one to play Demonic Consultation. I'm gonna say Crow Giant. I know there's no Crow Giant in this deck. So, wait, you know what? I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna take all that back because I haven't got a piece to it, except for playing that. No, yeah. Relic of Progenitus. Go.
Draw a card.
I need Tormod's Crypt.
I'll play an Island. that is all she wrote.
Panorama, tap 2, Felwar Stone. Yep, that's it.
Tormod's Crypt. So then, how did I? Screw it. 1, Dark Rit. I'll play Demonic Consultation. Force of Nature to move from game. So I got 2 mana left. We'll play Spoil the Vault. No. I'm gonna tap, sacrifice that to remove that from the game. I'm gonna tap my last mana, exile all cards from all graveyards, draw a card, and I lose. Sorry, I just wanted to show this deck off on stream. I think it's a funny ass deck.
Your
It
comic.
isn't, but jeez.
Huh?
It was fucking quick. I didn't think it was gonna pull that so fucking quick.
This one I'll play for real. And I'll even start it. I'll start at the disadvantage too of having no lands or nothing in play, and I'll just start like normal.
Are you done then? Or are you doing the first turn on that one?
No, you guys go ahead and start your next turn.
Alright. Draw a card. I will play a swamp. And then I'll tap 3. Put Guard Gazoma. It's a defender that's flying, and it prevents all combat damage that we dealt to it. And it's a 1/3.
I'll keep this
And
hand.
that's your turn. It's all yours. I played my jellyfish.
Ooh, jellyfish.
Dude, it's badass. It has the most powerful ability in the game, Defender.
So, I can mulligan 1 card,
If you want to.
but I only get to do it once, right? Okay. Yeah. I'll do 2 cards.
I'm glad you like your new commander.
I do. Dude, it's fucking awesome. Thank you.
What do you got? What do you got for lands, Mike? Just 2 swamps?
I got a swamp and an island and a reliquary tower.
So 1, 2, 3. Commander Spear. Alright, you're done.
Alright. I'll draw my 1. Play a mountain. Go.
Untap. Play a swamp. I'll tap 4. I'll play Skull Cage. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if they have 3 or 4 cards in their hand, they take 2 damage. Or wait, no. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Skull Cage deals 2 damage to that player unless they have exactly 3 or 4 cards in their hand.
Well, then I'm going to take damage.
And then that is yours then, Kurt. How many cards do you have in your hand?
6, I'll take 2 damage.
Is it 1 damage for being over, 1 for each being over and under? Or is it just 1 damage?
It's just 2 damage.
Oh, 2. Okay.
2 damage.
You have 3 or 4 cards in your hand.
I have 7.
Yep.
Let it grow. Aiden's toolkit.
Joyra's toolbox is better. Remember that one, Mike? Joyra's toolbox?
Yeah.
Are you done, Kurt?
And 1, 2, drumming bird.
So I will take 2. My turn? Huh?
2 damage?
Yeah, because I had 7 cards in my hand.
Oh, yeah.
Forest.
I'm like super tired, so I'm like a little bit out of
Priest. Go.
it. Untap. Play a swamp. I'll tap all 5. And I will bring my commander into play. Phoenix, the god of deception, is in play. The
Phoenix?
only captain in enchantment.
Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
He gives all my creatures the ability to tap and make people mill cards equal to the creature's toughness.
Nice. Hey, Mike, you don't have Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh decks, do you?
Not that I know any locations of.
Oh, okay.
Got Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all I got. I got Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have a single Yu-Gi-Oh deck,
Yu-Gi-Oh anymore?
but I have like 3 or 4 Pokemon decks with all real cards.
My turn?
Yep, it's all yours, Kurt.
Oh, okay.
Because my defender can attack you. Wait.
Not this deck. I have a 10/10 that's a defender, but if you monsterize it, it gets rid of it. It becomes a 20/20.
But I like defender. Defender's awesome.
Makes it count as a wall.
Yep. So it sits there and floats. It's a jellyfish.
Oh. What are you doing, Kurt?
Oh yeah, how many cards did you have at the beginning of your turn?
I had 4. I had 4 and then I drew.
I'm going to take another 2 on mine, Mike. I have 6.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Field put. Yeah, I'll do that. When he enters play, I put a 1/1 counter on each of two target creatures. I'll put two 1/1 counters on my Thrumming Bird. Which one do I want to get rid of here? So I'll put that down to 2. Yeah, might as well do that. I need to actually buy some like status tokens for these.
Like 1/1 counter dice, or
No, I could do the 1/1 counters with the thing, but like status for like if you give a creature flying or other shit like that. I don't have any tokens.
I have some shitty tokens of those, but I was thinking about buying some upgraded ones. They have a bunch of them on Etsy.
Yeah, I need to do the same, at least for this deck, because this is getting a little fucking crazy to keep track of already.
Are you done,
I
Kurt?
have a deck
No.
that does a lot of that.
Alright. And then with my last 3 mana, I'll play Contractual Safeguard. It's got an addendum on it, which if I cast this spell during my main phase, I can put a shield counter on a creature I control. So I'll use this one here as the shield counter.
And does that mean it's got defender?
No, it's just if it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. That's
Oh,
what
so
the shield counter does,
nice. So it's like an extra life.
basically.
Nice.
And then I get to, as the main effect of this spell, I get to choose a kind of counter on a creature I control, put a counter of that kind on each other creature I control.
Which is the shield.
No, I'm not going to choose the shield. I'm going to choose the death touch that's on my Thrumming Bird, and I'm going to give it to my other guy. So that I could do that at least, I guess.
Okay, now is it my turn?
So
Oops, wrong way.
attack Mike for 3 flying.
I can block it, and my guy doesn't take damage, so he doesn't get affected by Death Touch.
Now is it my turn?
Yep, you have to deal damage to it.
Alright. Guy's Cradle. Red, green, 1.
And that would
Fires.
make your shield token, wouldn't it? Because you took 1 damage back.
He's a 3/3.
No, I know, but the shield
The
token,
shield-
whenever you take damage.
I could, if it would be dealt damage or destroyed. I can choose.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
can wait until it's going to get destroyed to remove the token, or if it's going to take enough damage to kill it, then I can, but it's not getting dealt enough damage to kill it, so I'm not going to remove it.
Okay. So I took my 2 damage. Red, green, 1. Fires of Yavimaya. Go.
Alright, untap. Draw. play a swamp. Alright, I have enough. So 1, 2, 4. I will play the Returned Centaur. When he enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 4 cards of his library into his or her graveyard. Oops, I forgot to do my jellyfish roll. Odds will be Tom, evens will be Kurt. Let's see. And it is odds, Tom. Top
What
4
do-
card.
Top 4? Mountain, Elvish Archdruid, Inglory Imperious Perfect, and Circle of Dreams Druid.
I'll tap 2 more and put Cradle of Baldur's Gate out as well. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that damage also suffers 1 life loss, mills 1 card, and I gain 1 life and scry 1.
Nice.
And I can pay 2 to have him be unblockable. And let's see, what does my devotion have to be? Okay, I'm nowhere close. Alright. And that is Kurt's. Actually, I am close, but no. How many cards you got?
3.
Cool.
So Exotic Pets. It's an instant. Create 2 1/1 blue fish.
You have fish.
Yep, I get fish. I get 2 of them. Bam. Create 2 1/1 blue fish creature tokens with this creature can't be blocked. Then for each kind of counter among creatures you control, put a counter of that kind on either of those tokens. So they also get a Death Touch token and a Shield token for each of them. And they each get a 1/1 token for each different kind of counter, right? So that's and they get a flying token.
Jesus. This must be a status deck.
It seems to be, because this is fucking crazy.
What are you doing, Kurt? You attacking?
Yeah, Mike will take 5 damage.
From what?
Both of my creatures attack you and they can't be blocked.
Okay, draw my 1. Wirewood Lodge.
Okay, so
You are done, right, Kurt?
yeah, I'm just
Okay. I wanted to make sure before I did anything else. Okay, 1 colorless, green, Elvish Archdruid, 2 green, 3 green, 4 green. Circle of Dreams Druid. I'll use my last green, tap this to untap this. Go.
At
And
the end of your-
all my creatures have haste, just so you know.
At the end of your turn, Tom, I'm gonna tap all my creatures, and Kurt, mill 10 cards.
Ouch.
And I untap.
How did you do that, Mike? Is it that one enchantment? Or no, never mind. It's
It's an
not.
enchantment technically right now, but
Oh, your Heliod dude, or whatever his name is.
God.
Yeah, the god dude.
Yep. Yep.
So now it's my turn?
No, that was at
Nope.
the end of my turn.
Or, oh, okay.
sweet. I got the card, or the draw I needed.
Hey, Mike.
I am going to...
On the plus side, I won't take damage next turn.
Okay, I'm gonna play Memory Erosion. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, they mill the top 2 cards of their library.
Cool. Is that the card you wanted?
Yeah. And then I'm gonna tap 2, make Krydle, Baldur's Gate unblockable, and he's gonna attack Kurt.
Ouch.
So he deals damage himself, and then his special ability procs whenever he deals damage to a player, they lose 1 life. So that'll be a 2nd point of damage. I gain 1 life. You also mill 1 card, Kurt, and I scry 1.
How much damage did I take?
2 total from that attack.
Is he unblockable?
Yes.
Okay.
He made him unblockable.
He's got fear, huh? Or is it intimidation, black and artifact only?
Unblockable.
Just straight up unblockable.
Yep.
Nice.
Because he's a spiffy guy from Baldur's Gate.
Nice. Gotta love Baldur's Gate.
Alright. And that makes my god my enchantment fully into a creature.
Your god is now an actual god and not a enchantment.
It's always god enchantment, but then he gains creature.
Oh, so he's a god creature enchantment. Something like that. Or enchantment creature.
Yeah, it's legendary enchantment creature god.
There you go.
And it's all yours, Kurt, if you haven't already started. How many cards in your hand?
3.
3. Sweet.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Tom, I'd love to see you stream frickin' Elden Ring. Watching you get, like, angry at a game and throw a controller or something.
Dude, I rage quit a couple of games last Thursday. Watch the stream. Or go to my YouTube channel and watch it. I actually rage quit. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I quit playing. It was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
3, 4, 5.
And Bloody Roar 4.
He gained indestructible just until end of turn, right?
Who?
The guy Mike attacked me with. Doesn't he have indestructible or something? Or was
Nope.
that just unblockable? Oh,
Yeah.
just unblockable?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll tap 5, and I will play Damning Verdict. Destroy all creatures with no counters on them.
Damn you, Kurt.
You got 3 of my guys. How sad.
Hey, you gotta mill 2 cards.
Who, me?
Yes.
For what?
Yep, you cast spell.
Oh, yeah. That's an artifact that does that, right?
Oh, enchantment.
Oh, enchantment. Okay.
Kurt, I don't like you right now.
Sorry, Tom. Blame Mike. Okay, so Mike takes 13 damage.
13. Alright. About to kill me for the last 2 games, Tom. See that?
So, question. Just because it says all other elves get +1/+1, that doesn't mean counters, right? It's just
Nope, it does not
+1/+1.
mean counter.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just plus one
Or elf
plus one.
counters. Yeah, the +1 is not counters.
God damn it. Alright, my turn.
Yep.
I had 3, Mike.
Cool.
Forest, go.
Untap.
I drew a land.
Draw. Sweet. And we'll tap 5. And I will play Guilt Beater. Whenever it has fear, and whenever it attacks and isn't blocked, defending player loses 1 life for each card in their graveyard.
Cool.
And it's all yours, Kurt. How many cards you got?
3. Still. I've only been playing 1 a turn so that I keep 3 in my hand. So I'll draw, which puts me up to 4. So let's see. Okay, so 1, 2, 5. 5, I'll play a Skyboon Evangelist. He's a 3/3 with
Mill 2
flying.
cards, Kurt.
Yep.
Command
He's a
tower,
3/3
no.
with flying. And I'll move my last counter onto him from here. When he enters the battlefield, I can support 6. So that gives, I can put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 6 other target creatures. Can I choose the same target or no?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
It says
Ooh.
put 1 counter on up to 6 creatures.
Put
So
a 1/1 counter on each of up to 6 other target creatures.
Yeah.
So you can, 1, then do a different one, then go back to the first one, then do a different one, go back to the first one.
Each time.
What?
It has to be a different one each time.
Yeah. So he can put 1 on, say, this one, then put 1 on this one.
No. It's all selected at once and then the spell resolves.
Oh, got
Select
you.
all your targets.
Okay.
So I can still do 2 on each of these tokens. I can do 1 here, which gives him 3, and then 1 more here. Switch this one out for a different one. So 6. Okay. Alright. so now Mike takes 21 damage.
See, he's out for revenge. Like I said.
Are you done, Kurt?
Yep.
Draw my 1. Play a land. Go.
Tap. Draw card. Hey Kurt, what's your biggest creature?
8/8.
8/8.
Yeah.
Confiscate it. It becomes mine.
Okay. It's out.
I know.
Okay. So my thrumming bird is yours now?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. And that means my God of Deception is back out, which is awesome.
What do
How
you?
many cards in the graveyard?
Why was it not a creature?
Because I lost my devotion.
Oh, okay.
How many cards in my graveyard?
Yeah.
18.
18. Alright. Well, I won't be able to finish you off, damn. But at least I'll leave you a weekend so Tom can finish you. Mill
Maybe.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Alright. And then my Guilt Feeder will attack you. Which
What is the?
he has fear, which means he can only be blocked by black and artifact creatures. And he doesn't directly deal any damage to you, but for each card in your graveyard, you take 1 damage. So you have 25 cards in your graveyard.
Okay. So then what? How much damage does he do?
He doesn't do any directly. He just has to be unblocked. So that drops you down to 11. That's about all I could do, Tom.
I'm not gonna be able to do shit. I'm not drawing anything, and Kurt killed my mana output.
And Kurt still has 3 cards in his hand, so.
Whose turn is it now?
Yours.
Mine?
Me too. Not like it'll matter when it comes to my
How
turn.
long is that thrumming bird yours? Is it just yours?
Mine. Yeah, I permanently gained control of it, so it's still tapped. Because it's my creature.
And then as soon as he dies, it dies too.
Yep. Like I said, I did everything I could for you, Tom.
I know.
How much life do you have left?
2.
2? Holy
You only have
shit.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your unblockable shenanigans was terrible.
So 3. Do a crystalline giants.
Mill 2 cards.
1, 2. Alright. I'll tap these 2. Sacrifice my toolkit to draw a card. Yeah, that doesn't help too much. Alright, well, the So if I get Thrumming Bird back, can
Nope.
I?
Dead the moment that I die.
Well, I'll remove a shield counter from it so it doesn't die.
No, it's mine. You can't.
But you get all the counters with it.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
So you're gonna choose not to remove a counter?
Yeah. Well, it dies automatically. It wouldn't go back under your control unless you had a way to turn it to your control.
I do with the shield counter.
No. That prevents it from being destroyed, but when a player dies, all their things are automatically put into the graveyard. They're not destroyed. Or they're removed from game, technically. With their own spells. And anything else just goes to the owner's graveyard.
Right,
Nope.
that's what I mean. So mine would come back to my graveyard, but it still has the token.
No, the tokens go away. All tokens leave a card the moment they go to a graveyard.
But it doesn't go to the graveyard, that's the point.
No, it does.
Says if it would be dealt damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it instead. But since it's my creature, that means it would be getting destroyed when I kill you.
To owners, it's my creature technically right now during gameplay.
That means you gotta send it to him in the mail. Sorry, I'm tired. No, it's gone. Unfortunately.
Unless you have a way to remove my enchantment first.
Or you could steal it back.
That's been funny. I've done that before. We had like 4 steel enchantment type things on one creature one.
Nice.
It was like, who controls it if we start removing what?
Right? I'd say the one that's, the last played is the owner. And then if that one gets removed, then it goes to the one that played it the one before.
Just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, either way, Mike takes 6 damage. Tom takes 12 damage. So it's 3, so he'll get. So that means he'll get a.
Kurt won this one. Go, Kurt.
There's a card that would have helped me, Oppression.
Nice.
Whenever a player plays a spell, they have to discard a card.
Yeah. I played Descendants Path, not like it's gonna matter because you're gonna kill me this turn.
How much health do you have?
24.
Okay, so I'll do Broker's Confluence, which I get to choose 3. I can choose the same mode more than once. So I'll just choose Proliferate 3 times. Some more tokens. Goes to there. Goes to there.
Yeah. Kurt killing my creatures hurt me.
Yeah, Kurt had to get a win in, I guess.
Hey, at least I won one too.
Yep, all of us won the game.
Yay! Yay for equality. We're all on equal playing fields.
So it goes.
There. Here you go.
The Leviathan crab. What the hell is its name?
Right there. Let's see.
Charix the Raging Isle. Nice.
So,
Spells.
Spells opponents cast that target it cost 2 additional.
Ouch. What's
Yeah,
up, Kurt?
17.
0-17?
How much
Yeah.
life did you have?
24.
Yeah, 0-17.
That's crazy.
Isn't it awesome?
It is.
Yeah, you take 29.
Okay.
That kills you.
Yeah, he killed me when he got rid of all my creatures. Basically.
I didn't even get my commander out either.
What does that commander do?
This commander, so when he enters the battlefield, put a shield counter on target creature. So I get to put another shield counter on something that doesn't have it. And when he attacks target creature, you control gets trample and X action until end of turn, where X is the number of different kinds of counters among permanents I control.
Damn.
So he would have, so I could have given another creature plus 5/5.
Nice. What are you showing me now, Mike?
If an opponent would mill one or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead.
Ow, so if you did like 20 cards, there's 40 gone.
Yeah, you
And like 40 damage.
you're into the abyss.
Yeah, I know. I have an Abyss deck.
After
Uh-huh.
library. So you double that instantly removes their entire library.
Damn. Alright. Guys, it's been fun tonight. Hey, at least we all won one.
Good.
Yeah. Any lurkers? Yep. Any lurkers out there, thank you for lurking. And I don't know if anybody ever stopped by, but if not, oh well, thank you. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. But, homies, I will see you Saturday night.
Right, good night, guys.
Good night, man. Let's go find someone to raid real quick.
There you go.
Let's see.
We got 2 of the new ones that I didn't even get to play, so those will be next time.
Nice.
And then there's gonna be, and then I gotta figure out tokens. I'm actually gonna have to maybe buy like token cards so that I can keep track of this
Yeah.
for that deck. Cause I can move tokens that give them like flying and death touch and everything else. So I need to have those actual tokens.
Yeah.
I mean, dice are fine for the ones